Peace. So I really just wanted to come to you guys talking about my history with just my whole Nubian consciousness, I would say. So before I had locks, I had a natural. And I was in high school for 4 years in high school, so I had natural hair. You know, I cut the perm off when I was in 8th grade, and I transitioned. And then by the time I was a sophomore, I had natural hair, and I rocked the afro, the kinky twist with real hair before it was popular. And I would press, and my thing was perfectionist mentality with my pressed hair. It had to bounce, it had to behave. If it was stiff and whipped, I wouldn't wear it. But if it bounced when I walked and looked fresh, I would do it. But if not, I just wore my hair natural and wore a curly fro, wore the twist outs and all that type of thing. And then I wasn't allowed to get dreads, so I had to wait until I graduated. And then when I turned 18, I cut my natural hair out and I got palm rolls at the salon because, you know, I was young. I didn't know I could do it myself, and it was more of an aesthetic meets rebellion reason for getting it, to be honest. Rebellion against society's idea of black women and how they should be, because to be honest, in high school I didn't get no play. I didn't have a boyfriend, I didn't go to prom, I didn't do none of that. I just stayed to myself. So on top of that, I got palm rolls and I went to Howard University, met my children's father, and he was Rasta, so I went through the whole Rasta phase, not combing, free-forming, which was the best thing. So my hair, it wouldn't be this long if it wasn't for my periods of not doing anything. And so, skip up to now, I've had them for 8 years, and I don't see myself with any other style, you know? Very attached to them. And my method is basically let it do what it does. And I use shampoo. I like to use Dr. Bronze, but really if I can't afford it, because it's like $13, $14 for like a, you know, I just use Treseme's low sulfate, or I do a rinse, apple cider, lemon, and then I have aloe. I use aloe juice, and I have an aloe plant that I scrape and I mash it up and then I put it in my hair. And then I use coconut oil for my scalp because I get, you know, sometimes I need a little oiling, or I need need some moisture because it's hot and that sun will bake you. Those purists who don't do nothing, they're straight up organic, say you don't need nothing but some sun and some herbs and things. It's like, no, sometimes you need a little bit more, just a little bit, to help you along. I mean, I'm down for the purist. I go through my phase of just water, but sometimes you need some deep cleaning, and sometimes you need some moisture. You're out in the sun, and your hair just feels crunch, because I like to be out in the sun, so my hair is not totally black. It's a little sun bleached. You need some oil, all right? Light oils like olive with coconut and things like that. And I used to have rosemary, but I killed my plant. Killed it. It just was not thriving. I have a garden. I have like zucchini and squash and greens and things, but I killed my rosemary. So I use that. I used to use a lot of rosemary. Well, I just take some tea, some bush tea. I have like dried herbs. I just brew some stuff and rinse it. Good to go. So with that said, I love my locks. I love natural. I think Most High created us to be natural. And this is a good form to be natural, you know. I don't knock anybody's style, what they do. I just don't think chemicals and too much heat and all that stuff is necessary. You know, I think that we have to go back to base one. I think that society changes our attitude. It makes us think we need to change. We need to look more European, but I like myself. I like who I am and who I've grown into. I mean, there was a time in high school I was so dark compared to a lot of the females that I didn't feel comfortable. And I felt like I had to change and rearrange myself. But then in high school, I was like, forget it. Forget it. You know, and that's part of the reason why I went to Howard, because, you know, you got a lot of black people, different cultures. So that's basically just a little bit more about myself and me just talking and saying, you know, I went through my phases and stages, not just hair-wise, but emotionally too. and that they go through the cliches, the stereotypes, but I'm still in there. But I think that you do become more natural oriented with locks, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I love Congo locks. If I could rock them, my hair is very fine, and very, you know, it gets pretty curly if you can see that. And my hairline too, one thing is that too much twisting messes up your hairline. And you know, when you have long locks, you will get weight, and you will have to learn to like kind of deal with them. It's not bad. It's like the line makes it look bad, plus I kind of brush them down. But yeah, you go through stages and phases, and my whole thing is to be healthy, keep my edges from getting snapped, and just loving who I am. So it's a blessed day, y'all. Hope you guys are having a good day wherever you are. Love yourself, and let's make manifest. Okay, all right, peace and love, bless.